Good morning from cold and gloomy Australia. I don't know if the whole of Australia is cold and gloomy, but it is cloudy outside. I can't even see the sun yet. And it is chilly. The blue blanket, hang on, wrong side. The blue blanket I am sitting on is a heated blanket and it is on and it is nice. And also this jacket, my dad got me an early birthday present. My birthday is not till September, which is spring here in Australia. But this is a heated vest, and let me tell you, it is so good. So good. If you feel the cold, get one of these babies. I have no idea how much it was, but he said it was cheap. My dad's cheap, so I'm assuming he didn't spend too much money, but that's okay. So, first of all, can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know so that I am not sitting here talking to myself. We've got people in the chat already. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Laura. Hello, Sandy G. Out of sync? Is my mouth out of sync to my to what you're hearing? Is that what you mean? Which is odd. Is the microphone clear? Because I was doing a voiceover on I'm assuming it was a tutorial. That's the only thing I edit. On a video, I was doing a voiceover and the recording from the microphone was kind of not crackly, but sort of fuzzy. Great. Hear audio and video. Sandy, just refresh the video and that may fix it. I find sometimes I get that too when I'm watching people and that usually fixes it. Yeah, Laura's saying it looks alright to her. So that should be working. Thank you. Hello, our Journey Cameron's New Life. How are you? I cannot think of your name off the top of my head. Is it Christina? I should know. We're friends on Facebook. Oh, that's terrible. I am terrible with remembering people's names, if you hadn't guessed already. So, where is everybody tuning in from? I am about 3 hours south of Sydney, about an hour's north of Canberra, if you know Australia at all. Canberra is Australia's capital city. Most people that don't live in Australia think it's Sydney. It is not. It is Canberra. Okay, so yeah, refreshed and it's better. Awesome. It's really off-putting when you're watching something and the voice that you can hear doesn't match their mouth. It is so frustrating. Just notice that my light is going flat already. Ugh. If it turns off, it turns off. The main one will still go. It is live here and nothing can be edited, so we get what we get, right? So what is the worst friend ever? I am not the worst friend ever, and you know that. But if I forget your name, it's just me. Christina, I got it right. Yay. How old is Cameron now? I'm going to guess and say he's like 6. He's probably way older than that. Time definitely does fly. So, Christina is tuning in from Oregon in Western USA. We got Hazel coming in from London, Great Britain. Awesome. What's it like in London? Are you guys getting a heat wave? My auntie lives in Bexley Heath, which I think is a London suburb or an outer London suburb. And she said that they are getting really nice weather. So that's awesome. Diane is tuning in from Aurora, Colorado, just outside Denver, our capital city. Is there a capital city of America? Or is it each state has a capital city? I think, because we have, don't we? We have capital cities of
Washington.
States. Washington. Oh, is Washington the capital of America?
Yeah, DC.
I did not know that. What does DC stand for? Come back. You can see I do not know my geography that well. How do you turn around a blanket into a square? How do you turn a round blanket into a square one? Really need help with this. Oh, if it's a really big round blanket, I have never tried to do that, so I'm unsure. You would have to build out the corner somehow. If anyone's done that before, let us know. That is not something I have tried.
Can I just jump in for a second? Wiki has our backs. Washington, D.C., formerly District of Columbia, is the capital city of the United States.
There you go. I would never have guessed the DC part ever.
Yeah, me neither. I'd Google it.
I thought it might be like New York or somewhere. I have no idea.
Anyway, I'm going to go because you don't have headphones in.
Okay, but I do not, and it's probably echoing for everybody. Wow. So where Christina's tuning in from, it's in the hundreds. Yeah, that is hot. Good morning, Leanne. Where's your late night? Thank you. It's all good. So we've got, yep, so each state has its own capital city as well, by the looks of it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so it's like Australia. I think, like, is Sydney the capital of New South Wales, Brisbane for Queensland, Victoria for... Wait, no. Melbourne for Victoria. I don't know. Are they capital cities? Who knows? I don't know my geography. There we go. So what's in everybody's cups? I'm getting a nod, so apparently I've got that right. What's in everybody's cups? I have a rooibos tea, just a plain one. And I've also got my water. And what is on your crochet hook? Or you might even be doing the N word. Are you knitting today? What's on your needles? We'd love to know.
Knitting's not an N word, it's a K word.
It so is. Did I mention English wasn't very good either? Poor Chantelle, have you got your puffer with you today? Because she's going to need it. She has, good. Oh dear, the N word. What is the... Oh my gosh, no, we don't want to say the N word. We definitely want to say the K word. Let's just move on. Move on. Excuse me. So today, it's not on my hook, it's off my hook. And if you saw my Christmas video, which was like 6 months ago, I made this really big poncho. Got a poncho. And it's got the, what do you call those things? Pom-poms? That'll do. Pom-pom edging. I did have a video tutorial for that on my YouTube channel. And I never sewn the ends in when I made it. I did sew quite a lot in because every colour has not got a tail hanging out. But I am going on retreat to Chantelle's, well, not to her house, but up her way in Queensland. And that is coming up really quick. And I thought, because it's winter here in Australia, even though where I'm going is... If you were going to drive, it's about 16 hours north of me, which in Australia is warmer. It's different to the northern hemisphere. If you go south, it's warmer. But here, if you go north, it's warmer. But I just thought, if I had just poncho just for the aeroplane, and just for when we're at retreat, just as a little extra cover, I don't know, I thought that would be a good idea. So, but I need to finish off the ends because they're hanging out everywhere. And I don't have a bin. Let's put the ends over there. So we've got different drinks here today in everybody's cup. So people are commenting on my hat. You can make this tutorial. It's here on my... I did not send the link to Chantelle. It is on my video. where are we? Gosh, words. YouTube channel. It's on my YouTube channel. And it's literally just a piece of crochet that I've stitched to my hat. This was just a cheap hat that I bought. I think it was like $6. And I've got all my crochet pins on there. I've got my little crochet hook. I think that's got yarn on it. I don't want to get too close because I'm not sure if any of them are sweary pins. Because I do have a couple of those. So I don't want to make sure I don't offend anybody. So yes. I'm just going through the comments. What do we got here? Ah, fancy your cap up here. Thank you so much, Leanne. Thank you for that. Gamer Widows has water in her cup. Good morning, Gamer Widows. I hope you are good and well. Making signs for the weekend. So is Bendigo this weekend? Yep, I'm getting a nod. Wow. Could you use that come around quick? Wish I was going to Bendigo. I'd really love to go. I've never been to Bendigo. So anyone that doesn't know what Bendigo is actually a town in Victoria, which is the state underneath where I am. And each year they have a sheep and wool show. And it's kind of like, if you know Rhinebeck in America. It's a sheep and wool show where they celebrate the sheep. So there's, you know, yarn, spinning, weaving, all the things that you do with the yarn is celebrated there. And also just the actual sheep itself is celebrated. And it's a huge, huge festival, show, great day out. And it is on this weekend. Wow, that's crazy. Time sure does go fast. Got people tuning in from Barbados. My auntie goes to holidays in Barbados. She's UK. And I know that she goes there. I think my grandparents used to go there as well. Is it lovely? I imagine it's lovely and warm in Barbados today. Yeah. Hi, Vicky. How are you? She's saying knitting is okay. It sure is. What have you got in your drink? Ocean water drink from a place around here. It's Sprite and blue raspberry. That sounds amazing. When you describe it, it just sounds like a glass of salty water. But it sounds amazing. Virginia's crocheting a blanket for a hospice. Jack Daniels in my cup. Well done. It's that time of the day somewhere, so why not? And the hospice is going to really appreciate your blanket. Hazel has a grey and cream blankie, but what is with my words today? Baby blanket. I did not go to bed last night till about 11 o'clock, so my brain's probably just like, you should still be in bed. My own fault. I went to bed late. I was at a friend's place. And I kept thinking, I must go home. I've got to do that video tomorrow. But I did not. And thank you, Leanne. There is a link for the poncho that I'm working on. Does anybody like sewing in ends? I won't say I hate it, but I do have to be in a certain mood. Like sometimes I'm like, no, I just want to crochet. I do not want to sew in any ends. Christina's working on a bunny rabbit stuffy. Might finish your Easter. Virginia's crocheting a red and white and blue my scissors, come here. Jack Daniels, did I already read that comment? Or has another person got Jack Daniels? In my cup is Morby? Malby? It's a drink made from the bark from a tree. Huh, interesting. Is it a sweet drink or is it a not a sweet drink? So lots of people jumping in. Thank you. Welcome everybody. If you've just jumped in, Let me know what's on your crochet hook and where you are watching from. I'm sewing in my ends on my poncho, and lovely Leanne has left the links for that in the comment section. How's your family, Claire? The family is really good. Thank you very much. My dad came down, excuse me, it's Wednesday here today. Dad came down for a visit on Monday. He lives about 2 hours from, just under 2 hours from here, so that was lovely to see him. And he brought my early Christmas present, which is my heated jacket, and it is on, and it is amazing. I have been wearing it every single day. I'll tell you what, my heating bill is going to go down because I haven't put the heater on. Even though I am sitting on my electric blanket that's on my chair, this blue one. It's not like a blanket that goes on your bed, not those ones. It's just like literally a blanket that has the electrical stuff through it to keep you warm. And it's really good. Probably shouldn't be sitting on it, but that's the bits that are cold. I'm just scrolling down through the comments and almost need some background music. Not that I've got any. Someone's saying that's not late. Try 4 a.m. Oh gosh, I cannot stay up till 4 a.m. I think 10. Normally 9:30 is the time I go to bed roughly, but by 10:30 I'm just like, put me to bed. I'm so tired. It looks like I've crocheted over most of my ends here and just sort of wove them in as I went. So that's awesome. I don't need to sew in loads and loads and loads of ends, which, yeah, awesome. So it's Tuesday at 5:17 p.m. where Christina is. It is 10:17 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I think it's so cool how we're all in different time zones. And how, like, technology can bring us all together. Isn't that just amazing? So did anybody frog any of their crochet or just craft in general? Did anybody frog any of their stuff after a video a few weeks ago where I was frogging a cardigan? If you don't know what frogging means, it just means pulling it apart. Because it goes rip, rip, rip. Get it? Haha, funny. Yeah, so I pulled apart a cardigan, and I've also found some other things that it's just a little jumper. This was a video. Obviously, it didn't get finished, ends are sewn in, and the person that it was made for, which is my niece, it looks like I've made it for maybe a 1-year-old, maybe a 2-year-old would fit in it if I finished it. She's now 5 years old, so not going to fit. And it's just yarn that's just sitting there, not getting used, so I'm going to pull those apart. I was hoping to finish sewing in my ends on this video. I can see myself sitting on the plane. Not that they'll let me take scissors and a yarn needle on, but I can see myself sitting on a plane, wearing my poncho, sewing in the ends as I'm wearing it. Nina Bunny Crochet is crocheting a turtle colour match game. And drinking water in my circle mug. A turtle colour match game. I'm missing something. I don't understand what that means. I'm guessing you're crocheting a turtle. But what does the colour match game mean?
I would have thought that said ninja.
What? What did I say?
Ninja. Nina.
I'm on a roll today. Apparently my brain is not working. So,
I can just keep coming in and correcting you if you like.
Okay, thank you. Ninja Bunny Crochet, I am so sorry. Is your name Nina by any chance? It's probably not. And I've even got my screen, what do you call it, like zoomed in so I can read read the writing easier. Apparently it's not working. Ah, dear. See, this is what the unedited me is like. Could you imagine if the video tutorials were like that? I edit all that stuff out. Oh, goodness me. So, what am I trying to say? Do you like making projects with lots of colours? Oh, you can't see this. I need to tilt my camera down. Do you like making projects with lots of colours like this? Or does the thought of sewing in ends more than what you would do, obviously, if you just used less colours, does that turn you off making these types? Depends. I've got an idea for a tutorial and there's going to be loads of ends to sew in, and because you change colours, but I'm in two minds. In my head, I'm like, can I commit to this project because of the ends? Will anybody else want to because of the ends? It's a great way to use up leftover yarn. And I'm planning it, planning it for the Christmas crochet party, because those projects are always using up scrap yarn. Let me know, would you make a project that had a lot of ends? I'm not talking like millions of ends, but a lot of ends. Would that turn you off? I think it for me, it depends on my mood on the day when I'm looking at the pattern. If I'm like, no, I'm having a good day, I'll be like, nope. No. And it's not even a project where we can adapt. The lady that does the mosaic crochet patterns, Tina, is she from Iceland? She's from somewhere over that way. And she has this amazing border that it's on crochet. It's on YouTube. She has this amazing border that you can incorporate all your ends in. If your ends are at the end of the row when you add the border, it incorporates all of those ends, so you don't need to sew them in. And I use that on the mosaic blanket that I made the tutorial on. Here we go. I can show you right now. It's my little coaster. So this here, as you can see, is all different colours, and we changed colours on each row. Is it each row? Yep, each row. But then we had all these ends hanging out the end, but you can't see them. I did not sew them in. They are enclosed in like a double border almost. So you crochet two bits and then you join them together. So all your ends are trapped in here, and look. No ends were sewn in, and all those colour changes. Great video tutorial. It is on YouTube. Might be called enclosed border, maybe. I don't know. Someone will know the person I'm talking about. If you don't know who Tina is, then wow, you have to go and check out her projects and her designs. They're amazing. You've heard of the Queen blanket? That is one of her designs, the mosaic blanket. Absolutely stunning. Lots of people have made it. Just going to cut this end off. Joe's saying, did you try the waffle stitch we were telling about a few lives ago? I did not. I'm going to be honest, I did not try it. I'm just going to see if I can move this camera down and so you can see my crochet rather than just looking at the head. And I do not advise trying to adjust your video camera whilst crocheting, whilst filming. Ugh, you're looking at all my junk. You don't want to be looking at that. You want to see the pretty stuff. You can see the dust on the top of my video, on top of my screen. I don't know if that's going to be low enough. And now I'm chopping my own head off, but that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. I can hear Chantelle's brain thinking, you need an overhead video camera or webcam.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, you can't even see my crochet. All you can see is the back of my computer.
Yep, you gotta fix it up.
Dang. Hang on, let me just chop this end off while I'm seeing it. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's like that's why I have the second camera.
It's such a good idea.
It really is, and it's Prime Day, Claire.
What is Prime Day? I didn't even know what it was.
Prime Day is if you're an Amazon Prime shopper. There's a whole pile of discounts and stuff happening.
Uh-oh.
So,
That's bad.
But I will say, excuse me, everybody. I do have a cold. I will say, some of the deals aren't as good as they look. Some stores do the dodgy thing of sneaking the prices up, then on Prime Day having a big sale, like, 50% off. But if you looked at it a month ago, it was,
around the same price.
The deal now is like 25% off.
Yeah,
like
right.
what it was a month ago. So, but it's still cheaper.
Yeah, that's right.
But you should definitely look into another camera.
Well, if I do that, wouldn't I have to upgrade my internet? Will it make it
I'm not
blurry or
sure.
whatever?
2 video signals going into StreamYard. You should be okay because StreamYard takes the weight.
Ah, right. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll chat about it more later.
We will.
All right. Now that you're all settled again.
Yes. Sorry, folks. Until I get myself a different camera, you can't see my crochet. If I had thought about it, I maybe could have raised the... It's got like a... I don't know what you call it, like a stand that you can adjust to get higher. That would probably work, but that would be a lot of motion sickness for you guys. So should have adjusted whilst... before I actually hopped on here. Oh, I was about to chop an end off and I haven't sewn it in yet. That could have been dangerous. I was watching a girl yesterday on YouTube. It was... I'm going to take a guess at her YouTube channel. Nitty Natter. Something like that. Anyway, lovely girl. I think she's American. And why am I talking about her? Oh, because she's going to this thing. If you know who she is, let me know. I cannot think who she was. I can probably just look on my phone. I'll talk whilst looking on my phone. And she's on this mission. I think it's called Scrap Free 2023, which I thought was so catchy. And she's on this mission to use up as much scraps as she can in 2023. And she's worked on this crochet blanket, and it has granny squares about yay big, maybe 5-inch granny squares roughly. And she made it, and she put it all together. And then when she washed it, the middles of the granny, some of the middles of the granny square came undone, and I was just like, oh, I feel your pain as I'm, watching how she's talking about her blanket. And there was video footage, and I was like, oh no. And she said that she'd done the magic ring or magic circle, but she hadn't done a double one. I don't know what she meant by double. Maybe she didn't crochet over her towels as she went. But yeah, it had fallen apart, so she had to repair it. And I was just like, oh no. Sorry guys. Oh, here we go. Nitty Natty. Is that what I sort of said before? Natty is spelled Natty. I found it really lovely to watch. And she was doing an update of where she is with all of her projects. And she crochets fast because she was finishing blankets in a month. To me, that I would not take a month. I think I have really hard time concentrating on crochet projects. I've got so many projects started and none finished. So I am trying to be that person that has finished projects. hello V Jackson. I will show you what I'm doing. I am crocheting in the tails on a poncho. This was a tutorial at Christmas time, and this is using, feels like Stylecraft yarn. Yeah, it is. I can tell by that colour right there. It's a Stylecraft yarn, which is an English yarn. I love it. It's lovely and soft. It's a good acrylic. It doesn't peel really badly. I don't know if it peels at all. I'm not sure. But I love it. It's lovely and soft. And what was the point of saying that? Oh yeah, so I'm just sewing in my ends because I have not sewn my ends in since the video tutorial was made. And I plan to wear this, Leanne, how long to the retreat? Or Chantelle? I don't even know. I haven't been counting. I've been doing craft markets this month and still got 2 more to go. And I'm like literally just concentrating on that at the moment because on the weekend I sold 49 knitted headbands. I can't even show you what they look like because it's done right here. But I make them on the Addy Loom and I sell them at markets, and let's just say they've been very, very popular. So I've been like the crazy Addy knit machine lady trying to get these all done. I've got an order for 15 at the moment, so guess what I'm doing after I get off this chat with you guys? I will be whipping up some headbands. But I love doing it because to me it doesn't feel like work, and I try to start early. So I start my markets in June. I go June and July, and because it's a winter product, so you want to, for us, that's when our winter is. You want to have, I think it's June, July, August, our winter. You have to obviously make them before that. So I do try to start in January, but this year I started in the end of March, and let's just say I was behind, and I am still catching up. I don't think I'll ever catch up, but that's okay. It will teach me a lesson for not starting earlier. Oh, I wish you could see my crochet. I could hold it right up there, but that's really awkward to sit like this. Sally, stop it. Is there only 3 weeks till the retreat? Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. Stop it. Last time we were talking, it was like 6 weeks. Surely not. Surely not. Oh yeah, because it's July already. And what is... No. Oh my goodness. 24 days according to Abby. What? 24 days. That is going to go so quick. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Wow. I have to plan my projects. Does anybody... I can't be the only crazy person. Does anybody plan their crochet projects for when they go away on a holiday? Like, do you... I know I do. I plan my crochet projects before I've even thought about what clothes I'm going to take. Like, it's winter. I know I'm going to take warm clothes. Which one's out of my wardrobe? I have no idea. It'll probably just be like leggings and tracksuit pants because it's a retreat and we do nothing but relax and craft. So comfy clothes is compulsory. Excuse me. I missed some comments. Here we go. Diane's saying, I always making projects we where there are lots of ends because I like to add little pops of colour to blankets. I learned a way to cross the yarn and you sew the ends right in. Ooh. Yeah, I know, right? There has to be an easier way for this sewing in ends business. And Leanne's talking about the enclosed border, which is on my, just quickly show you, on my little, you call it like a coffee mug? No, it's not a coffee mug. Coffee mug rug or a coaster. Coaster, that's the word I'm looking for. The enclosed border, no ends, no sewing in any ends. Love it. I think that is my new favourite way to get rid of ends if you're making a blanket, which I don't make blankets very often, but if I was going to, that would definitely be my border of choice because it's like the lazy border. It's so good. Hi, Joe.
Super chat.
Oh, my goodness. Super chat. Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate that. And how cool is it that I taught you to crochet? I think that's so cool. Someone that you've never met in real life can teach you something. I think that's just... it's just priceless, really, isn't it? Thank you so much. I really appreciate your super chat. We love super chats here. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat and it's driving me crazy. Yes, Christina's saying that would cause me to cry if it started to fall apart. I reckon I would just be devastated. I do actually have a video. It might be called How to Fix Your Crochet. Can't remember. Because I had a friend who had a blanket. And I think it was her mum's. Don't quote me. I think it was her mum's. And the middles were starting to come undone on a couple of... I don't know if it was squares. It must have been squares because there was lots of middles. Yeah, and it started falling apart. And she said, "Oh, is there any way to salvage this?" And I was like, "Well, there has to be, right?" And I did. And it's a really pretty blanket too. I'm sure it's How to Fix Crochet. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that it's 24 days until retreat. That is so exciting. Leanne saying, just quietly, it does peel somewhat. I do not wash in the machine for style craft regularly. Ah, sweet. Thank you for telling me that. That's very good to know. God. Seriously, whose idea was it to crochet and not sew in the ends as they go? This idiot right here. You would think that it will teach me a lesson and I will not do it next time. We know that's not going to happen. V is saying, I love the colours. Don't talk about Addy. Thinking about doing some hats on the Addy for the winter as giveaways at a pantry. If you own an Addy machine, or it's a round loom knitting machine and it's kind of automatic because it's still manual work. You turn the handle and it turns the loom and it knits for you. I like to call it cheap knitting. And I know that's probably not what people like to call it, but I call it cheap knitting. But I think that's a good thing because if you're making hats for charity or anything like that that you need done in a hurry, it's so quick. It's so quick. And there are still learning curves that you need to know about the machines. They are not just a shove the yarn in and off you go. That is definitely not true. There are learning curves. There are lots of videos here on YouTube on how to use a Addy knitting machine. You know, things like tension and how to cast on, cast off, how to sew up if you have to, sew a project together, how to close up openings, things like that. That is all a big learning curve. I wouldn't say it's easy peasy, but it is easy once you know how to do it. Like anything, of course. But if you are thinking about getting an Addy, if you can afford it, get the Addy brand. because I personally think they are the best. Christina's asking, do you use an electric drill for cranking handle? I personally don't. I'm that kind of person that errs on the side of caution. That's me. I'm the person that stands there and watches and goes, I don't think that's for me. Because using an electric drill on an Addy, it's a plastic machine. It's got plastic gears and components. And I've got all the ends siding on the front. And I'm just so scared of melting those gears, because if you go too fast, the plastic gets hot and it starts melting the gears. And I'm just worried that's what I'm going to do. And the machines aren't cheap. So that's why I've not chosen to do that. I have chosen to get a strong right arm. Sally overslept. Oh, how lovely. Christine is saying, hi Claire, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat today. We have 26 people joining us today. How many thumbs up do we have? Because sometimes people forget to give a thumbs up, and if you could smash that thumbs up, that would be great, because it does help me here on the videos and on the channel, because it makes YouTube think, hey, everybody's loving this video, we should share it to other people. I did not realize how many ends I had to sew in on this. I thought I had crocheted over, or sort of like crochet weave the end in as I went. I did not. So Christina's saying, a bag a day uses electric drill to knit on the Addy. Yeah, a lot of people do. I met a lady on the weekend and she makes Addy headbands, and she said she uses an electric drill as well, but I just can't bring myself to do it. First of all, I'd have to buy a drill because I don't have one, and I know it's got to be a slow speed drill because of the problem of melting the gears. So I know I'd have to buy a drill, and I think you have to have an attachment too, don't you, to attach the drill to the Addy handle? I don't know. Anyway. Chantelle says, I take like 15 things so I can decide when I get there depending on the mood I am. It's so true, right? Different moods make you want to work on different projects. I totally get that. Totally get that. I think, I don't know, maybe because I'm just moody. Is that why I have so many projects? Because I'm just a moody person. I'm not too moody. Maybe ask my husband that. I don't think I'm too moody. Ah, funny. But yeah, you can't, I cannot take one project and go, I'm going to work on this project the entire time I'm on holiday, because my brain will just go, I'm so bored. Give me something else to work on. Hello, Melody. Welcome to the chat and thank you for joining us. Always miss these lives. Is it a holiday for you? I think in America, kids are, I don't know if you're in America, but kids are on summer break at the moment. The kids here in Australia, well, in New South Wales, I know they're in the last week of their 2-week holiday at the moment. So for us here in Australia, the school year starts in February and January, beginning of February, and ends December. So our summer break is in December over Christmas, so they get 6 weeks off over Christmas. I know that's probably going to sound strange to some people, but that's how we do it here. Knit and Crochet Tiger is saying, makes sense to plan projects for holidays. If you're not going to be home, you want to bring the right yarns you will need. Absolutely. I totally agree. I have absolutely no idea what projects I'm going to take with me. I do know I do not want to start another project. I'm laughing because my brain doesn't work like that. I can say it out loud, but my brain won't listen. I my mosaic blanket that I don't even know when I made the tutorial. I know it was more than 6 months ago. I have not finished it. It has not got any further than what you saw in that video tutorial. Oh, actually, I may have done about 10 rows. That's so bad. So I'm thinking I'll take that because, like, really? Why have I not finished it? And it's not long enough for a scarf or anything. So I can't even... Oh, wait! Oh, my brain is dead. It's not even here. It's not even on this planet. I have finished off my mosaic blanket. I made a bag out of it. What did I do with it? I think it's actually with my suitcase ready to go. I'm such an idiot. See, live streaming, I can't edit that bit out. I can't edit out the bit that makes me look like a total idiot. Oh my gosh. I swear I've only got tea in that cup. Oh, such an idiot. Yay, I finished my mosaic blanket. Oh my gosh, I'm like fully crying. Am I crying because I'm an idiot or am I crying because I'm laughing so hard? No, I turned it into a bag. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to write down to show you next week. Next fortnight. We'll just ignore that I just said I didn't finish it. Now what am I going to take to retreat? If I don't have my blanket to finish. Oh, I've got the giggles. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, that's so funny. Oh. Dear. Christine is using an electric screwdriver with an attachment. It's slower than the drill, but I feel it is safer and quicker. Ah, electric screwdriver. Right, that's what people are probably using. Yeah, that makes total sense, doesn't it? A screwdriver would be way slower than a drill. But yeah, save your arm, I tell you. You get arm cramps. What does my husband call it on a motorbike? It's not called arm cramp. It's called something else. Arm pump. Which means your arms start cramping up. UK kids start their 6 weeks holiday on Monday. Well, that's good to know. We are really different with our holidays around the world. I think that's interesting. Luckily, we can on the podcast. Yeah, we can edit on the podcast. I could not edit here. Knit and Crochet Tiger, are you sure you're not drinking Irish tea? Oh, you found out my secret. No, it's just rhubarb. I can't even tell you anything exciting about my teas. It's not even got anything in it. Leanne's saying, well, now you're going to have to start a new project. Oh, I am sure. I am 100% positive that that I haven't I just need to plug a lighting. It's going flat. That I have enough projects to bring with me. I thought it was plugged in. It is not. Obviously, because there's the plug. Will I get it before it dies? Probably not. It'll probably still go flat. Oh, I just realised that you can see my junk. You know what? It is what it is. Have I finished my craft room yet? No. Well, it's finished enough that if I want to use certain things in the craft room, that I can. I do need to shift stuff to use said equipment. I'm still waiting on one of these shelves one of these cubes to be built. I've just been so busy with these markets. It's crazy. It's great because I'm selling so much, but I've just been so busy with the markets that the shelf, it's not like an immediate thing that I need to do. I mean, yes, it will be great because I will have a place to put things away even more, which would be fantastic, but it's just really not at the top of my list at the moment. And also too, there is a piano in the position that I want to put the shelf, and if you've ever moved a piano, you'll know they weigh 11 billion tons. They are no joke when it comes to moving them. And I've just got to wait for my hubby's. I mean, I can't help it all. I'm not got any strength whatsoever. So I'm just waiting for hubby to arrange a couple of mates. And, oh, it's getting there. Arrange a couple of mates to come around and move it, because it's got to move quite a fit distance to a shed. So yeah. A nice shed. Don't think like mice and dust. Hubby's a bit OCD, so his shed wouldn't have mice and dust. Which is great because things stay nice. Yeah, V saying I don't know which screwdriver to get. I don't want it to be too powerful. I don't know. Maybe you could ask. If you're on Facebook, there is definitely really good Addy knitting groups. Go on there, and I'd ask people on there because I know a lot of them use the drills. Joe Smith saying, I am stupid and never write down the hook I was using to go back to a project. I've stopped. I am there with you. And we have Chantelle saying, I use Ravelry to keep track of my projects, hooks and yarn. I may never complete the project, but I know which hook I used. So true. I would like to say I'm that organised. I am not. I almost believe it or not, I forget about Ravelry to use that feature because, I mean, it literally takes less than a minute. Even if you just wanted to write your hook size in for your project, all you got to do is name it, add in a hook size. It's so easy to do. Do I ever think about doing it? No. No, I do not. I should. It should. I guess it's like a thing, like a routine. Once you get into it, you remember to do stuff. So Chantelle's saying electric screwdrivers don't have the torque a drill has, so I think any of them will be okay. Yeah, right. I do have, so I had to, okay, I didn't have to replace my Addy because it does work, but I've got one of the older ones and it has the digital counter, and if you've got static yarn, which drives me crazy in any craft, static is just painful, but it sends the digital counter on the fritz like so bad, so it'll count, it'll be like 1 2 3 7 19, and you're just like, how can you keep track? Sure, you could count your rows, but who does that? Because I need to do like 85 rows for my headbands, so, and I sometimes don't always wind it all in a row, because trying to hand wind 85 rows is a job and a half. Where is this yarn coming from? So now I've got to think of a project to take to retreat. I do have a cardigan that is in my Ravelry. It is in my Ravelry. It's a paid pattern. Let me just quickly look it up. I cannot remember the name of it. I couldn't even guess the name because it's been... I actually looked at it yesterday or the day before in Ravelry to see when I started it, because I knew I had added that into Ravelry, and it was over 2 years ago. Okay, here we go. So I've got a mustard one because I love the colour mustard. Come on, click. It's called the Rainfall Cardigan. So Rainfall Cardigan by Little Golden Nook. It is a paid pattern on Ravelry, and it's got like bubbles and stuff all over it, and I actually love it. So I've got that one. I've got 2 of them on the go at the same time. See, why didn't I just finish the mustard one and start the next one? Because my brain is an idiot. It doesn't work like that. It's not an idiot. I shouldn't say it's an idiot. It just can't concentrate on one thing. And I did so I've got 2 cardigans with the same pattern. One is mustard, and I thought the other one was a different pattern. Doesn't matter. One is mustard and one is rainbow. And I really love them. The pattern is thank you, Chantelle, for that pattern. It's a crochet pattern. I think it's like literally just there under the table. See, I can't concentrate. So let's get rid of that because I am sick of sewing in ends already. I think it's like next to the table here. They're actually both next to the table, so that's awesome. I can show you both. So I know the mustard one has not got much to go on it. I could probably even finish that before retreat, and that could be my retreat cardi. So I've got it in my Temu bag, which I purchased this, I am going to guess and say 8 years ago or so. Probably more. It's brilliant. It's really good. If you want a big project bag, these things are absolutely awesome. It could even be linked in the description box. I'm not sure. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 100. Actually, no, it's got 6 100 gram balls. These do fit Red Heart Super Saver balls in them too, if you know what size they are. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 more grey balls of yarn in the big side. You can see that. Oh. And it's got a shoulder strap. It's great. I have a video, an unboxing video and review on that. So let's see how. Oh my goodness, guys! Look how much I've made. It's literally a vest. All I have to do is add sleeves. And it has these really cool pockets that you must add in after you've crocheted the main piece. So I have isn't this great? I had to do one in rainbow bubbles. So there's that one. And then they've got the mustard one, which I have a feeling is about the same stage. Maybe I was like tag teaming. I can't even remember because I literally started them 2 years ago. That is so bad. All right, this feels bulkier for some reason. No. So this is not as far as that one. So this one, that is not going to work. So let's fold it up. This one is probably up to the armpits. Why does that look so much longer? Maybe I've made a shorter version with the rainbow. This is up to the armpits, so it's not joined at all. At the moment, it's just a weird looking scarf with 2 holes in it. Normal me would say, just somehow finish that off. But I do want the cardigans because they're beautiful. So this is... What yarn am I using for that? I think that's a Stylecraft. Yeah, that's a Stylecraft Special DK. Which is an English yarn. I think the other one is just an Aussie yarn. But is this a project I can take to retreat, or is it a project I need to concentrate on? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, this is the rainbow one is using Aussie yarn. That is a Marvel 8 ply, 100% acrylic, and I think I'm using 2 strands. Am I using 2 strands? Yes, I'm using 2 strands at once, so it's... I'm not even going to poke the bear. I don't know what thickness this is. It's 2 strands of yarn held together. And it's lovely and squishy. Oh, this blanket is so nice and warm. Yeah, so we've got the pattern in there. So that's cool. Thank you so much for the link. As far as I can remember, it's an easy pattern to do. I don't even know why I stopped working on it. There was not a reason. It's probably just got put aside and I haven't worked on it. I've also got a knitted cardigan that I have not worked on. Hang on, give me 2 secs and I can tell you how long it's been since I've given it some love. Oh, I've got a rainbow jumper. I was literally working on this last retreat, so a year ago. And I started that one in June 5th, 2020. Seriously? Have I told you I've got like start-itis? Oh, the cardigan, which is called the Simple Hug Cardigan. That's a knitting one by Cozy Up Knits. And that was started in September 2020. Sounds like 2020 was a good year to start projects and not finish them. That is one reason that I love a Ravelry. I mean, there's many reasons, but that's one of the reasons, because you can look back and see when you started it. And, you know, I think to me that kind of urges you to finish it, because you're like, this thing has been hanging around for so long. Because if you haven't got a record of when you started something, you can sort of go, this project's not that old. You can like kid yourself that you only started it a little while ago. And you really didn't. Oh dear. What's the longest that... Has anyone got a project? And what's the longest that you didn't work on something like it? You started it, I don't know, 5 years ago. Haven't finished it. I know that I have a granny square blanket, which I've just made the granny squares out of... it's all Red Heart Super Saver. And it's a road trip project, so I haven't worked on it for probably 2 years. I probably should see how many granny squares I've made, because I'm just making granny squares and I might end up with like a, I don't know, a triple king. That's not even a thing, but I should probably check to see how many granny squares. I just make them and shove them in this box. Yeah, I should probably have a look at that. So with this craft room, it has been really good, and also, what's the word? Confronting. I think that might be the word I'm going to use, because everything before was in 2 spare wardrobes in the spare rooms. It was in, I've got 2 linen presses. One linen press was half full of yarn and crochet related things. And I have a room in, you can't see the room from where I am, but there's a little room off this garage that was also craft stuff. But now it's all in this room, apart from my hand-dyed yarn, which is wool, which I am very protective over. That's in one of the spare room wardrobes. It was like, wow, I have so much craft stuff. Like, seriously, am I planning on opening a shop? Like, this is just ridiculous. Then also, all my whips and UFOs and all the things came to one place. There was no more kidding myself how many projects are not finished. And I was actually disgusted. I was like, how can I have this many projects on the go at once? Like, what is wrong with you, woman? So I have been trying not to start new projects. Sal saying she has so many projects that she started and not finished. Don't know the longest one. Isn't it funny? Like, I know when I start a new project, I am so excited. Because you're like, ooh, the thrill of finding a pattern. Or it pops up in a feed somewhere and you're just like, wow, I have to make that. And then you know, go through your stash, or you may have to buy some yarn for it. That's exciting, going through your stash and going, ooh, like rediscovering yarns that you probably forgot about. Or hunting thrift shops for the perfect yarn to make it. And you start the project and you're so excited because, you know, you've cast on, or whatever you call it in crochet. You've started your, you know, you start up, you finish, what is it, beginning rows and all that. And you're halfway through it and you stop. And it gets put aside for 2 years. But why? And then you repeat that process and start another one. Why? Why do we do that? Because you get excited because you want that project. You see that pattern, you're like, I need that in my life. I have to make that so I can use it or wear it or keep myself warm with it, whatever the purpose of it is. And it just sits there, taking up space in your house instead of being used. I don't think there will ever be an answer for that. I really don't. I think that it will just forever be a thing where we start all the projects and we never finish anything. Is there anyone here that actually finishes things? I know Chantelle does. And speaking of Chantelle, I don't know, are you having a live tomorrow? Yep. Chantelle will have her live. So if you're new here, Chantelle is my lovely, lovely, she runs the show basically. I just sit here and talk. She runs the show from the back end and makes everything look pretty, like, oh, wrong hand. These little things here and all the things that pop up on the screen. Comments like that saying, you're not alone, Claire. I think most of us could put our hands up for having way too much yarn and other crafty supplies. Yeah, it's bad. And especially when you've been crafting for so long, it just builds up. Me, I have been finishing things. You have. You're inspiring me to get my backside into gear and finish things off. So Chantelle has her own crafty chat, and today is Wednesday here. It is 11 o'clock, just past 11 o'clock. And we started at 10, so an hour ago. Whatever time it was where you are. That is what time Chantelle is going to be live tomorrow. And Chantelle has a weekly chat about crafty things and what she's been making and finishing off recently. Lots of items have been getting finished off. And we basically just sit there and solve the world's problems. And the world's, you know, crafty problems, if there are any at the time. So if you are around tomorrow, go and join the chat that's on tomorrow. Will I be there tomorrow? I have no idea. I think I will be, actually. I don't think I've got anything planned yet. Something always comes up and it really frustrates me. Last week was bingo. Next week is... I call bingo at my local pub. Next week is a bus trip. So I only get like 2 chats a month. But anyway, if you are around tomorrow an hour ago, whatever time it is in where you are, then Chantelle will be there for a chat tomorrow. It's lots and lots and lots of fun. My light is blinking at me because it's going flat. You can see that. Yes, you can. So that means it is time to go so we don't have to put up with that horrible blinking light. So thank you so much for joining me here on the chat today. I hope you had fun. I hope you've got some work done, whatever you're doing whilst watching. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will see you in a fortnight. Thank you for joining us here, and happy crochet, and I'll see you then. Bye.